Hey, what's up everybody? This is Joshua Casper. I'm back at you with Plug-in Boutique, and today we're taking a look at virtual guitarist AMBER instrument, which is an acoustic chord strumming VSTI. It sounds really, really good, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to get realistic sounding reggae skank in the context of a reggae track that sounds, just amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and preview what we're going to be making. So I'm going to show you how to set that up inside of AMBER using MIDI inside of Ableton Live, though this is going to be working the same way in any DAW that you're working in. But before we get into that tutorial, I think it's best if I show you some of the amazing sounds inside of Virtual Guitarist. So if I come over here to the styles list, you can see that we have quite a large number of different styles. And each one of these styles comes with a number of style phrases. Style phrases are going to just be how the guitar is being played, and they're usually particular to the overall style, which is up here. So if we come into, let's say, country, we can expect this to sound like a country style guitar, and we have a number of different presets, if you will, of how the guitar is strummed in relation to that overall style. So if I click right here and then I hit one of these chords, that's actually way too fast, and that's because for that reggae skank I had it the speed up ×2. So what I can do is knock that down to 1. So as you can see, we've got some really, really great sounding acoustic guitar strumming going on. But while that's playing, I'm going to go through some of these style phrases so you can hear the difference in between those presets. And beyond these style phrases that are particular to each one of the main styles, we also have common phrases which are just going to sound the same throughout all of the presets, but they're very common, so it's good to have the set just there. So the controls here are pretty straightforward. Style changing here, these are actually just the keyboard chords that you can play. The latch is a button that means if I hit the button once, it will continue to play until I hit stop or change the note, and it will just continue. If I turn off latch, it's only going to play for how long I hold down the key. So that's going to correspond to how you set up your MIDI or how you play it on your keyboard. So that's very important, this button, keep that in mind. These are 50%, 100%, 200% speed playback of the preset. You got your swing and your feel. Then down here you have your macro controls, which are going to work the same for no matter what style you're using. The tone of the guitar here, the position. You got fret noise down here, and this is if you're moving your finger along the string of the guitar, you can hear that noise come through. So you can turn that on or off if you want a super clean sound. You got low tune, which is just going to move the tuning of the guitar. Doubling is going to essentially double up on the microphone or double up on the guitar. You're going to hear it's something like a chorusing effect almost. You got a delay, chorus, reverb, output volume. Then you have your source, which is the microphones used to record the samples. You can use just the straight microphone, you can use the pickup microphone, you can use a mix of the two, or you can split it between the left and the right. And shimmer is just going to add a little bit of sheen on the higher end of the spectrum. But now let's get into actually programming some MIDI using the AMBER VSTI. So if I close out of here, I've got some reggae skank guitar MIDI right here, and if I open it up, this actually isn't going to work for me for a couple of different reasons. First of all, if we open up the guitar again, we'll see that the chords are actually happening from C4 up to a little bit past C6, and if I come into a regular standard kind of guitar skank chord, it's actually around G2 to D3. So what I'm going to do is move these up to above the C4. So here we go, now I'm at G4 to D5, which is going to be a lot better. So that's pretty great, but one thing that's happening is that the skank is happening on the half beat here, where I want it to happen on the quarter beat. So what I'm going to do is actually just pull these over. Remember, I have the latch on, so I don't need to drag these out, but if the latch wasn't on, I would, but this should do it. Let's see what this sounds like. So great, we've got our chords, they're happening where they should be, and everything sounds good. But what we can do is come into the styles here, and we can start playing with which styles are being used. So let's see what this style sounds like. And that sounds just like a regular reggae skank that you'll run into in a sample pack or from a live band or anything like that. So that sounds really good. But what I want to do is at the end of these 5 bars here, I want there to be a little bit of a fill using one of the other styles. So what I can do is I'm on C, D, E3, and if I come into the MIDI, get my pen tool and go down to D3, it's actually E3 is what I wanted. And then what I'm going to do is for this last hit, change up the style. Let's move it up a little bit, see what this one is. And I like those first 2 strums, but I don't like the other strum, so I can actually come down to the stop. And I don't remember which one it was. I'm going to move it up and come back into the guitar, open it back up and see which one stop was. The stop is right at the end there, so that's a B, B. We're on C, so I'm going to come down. And now that should stop that last strum from happening while allowing the other 2 strums to take place. So as you can see here, we've got a great sounding, realistic reggae skank going on, and we have full customizability. We can change how it sounds, we can change where the notes happen, we can change the key, we can change the actual chords, we can even change how the guitar sounds from the guitar itself to how the mics are positioned. We have a full range of possibility and it sounds really great, and that's just for the reggae skank, never mind all the other styles that they have in here. I mean, the country sounded just like country. I mean, it's just crazy. It's a really, really great plugin. I'm pumped that I got to test it out, and I highly suggest it. Anyway, I hope you learned something. We'll see you next time.